This week on the Stifel Snow Show, we're checking in with some of the brightest stars in snow sports. Her last lap just got even better as cross-country's Jessie Diggins has qualified for what will be her fourth Olympic Games with all the joy and sparkle of her first. Alpine's Cochran-Siegle got a statement that's over a decade in the making. We'll show you how RCS scoops some home snow hardware. And she is proof that if you can dream it, you can do it. Mogul's maven Tess Johnson joins us today. Hello, and so glad you're with us today, and welcome into this week's edition of the Stifel Snow Show. I am Ahmed Fareed, bringing you the latest in skiing and snowboarding from around the globe. Brought to you by DB Travel. Let's have a look at where members of the U.S. ski and snowboard team have been competing recently. It's the Stifel Birds of Prey in Beaver Creek, Colorado for men's Alpine. Meanwhile, the women traveled north to Mont Tremblant in Quebec, Canada, then flipped to Finland for freestyle skiing in Ruka before landing in Trondheim, Norway for Nordic combined and cross country, which is where we begin today. Jessie Diggins has been part of the U.S. ski team since 2011, and in the past 14 years, the Glitter Queen has taken the sport to a whole new level, becoming the most decorated American cross-country skier in history. At the start of this season, the accomplished athlete announced it would be her last, but her goals before retirement from competition remain the same: to give everything. A grateful Jessie Diggins is our Stifel Star of the Week. The 20K skiathlon will be an exciting part of the 2026 Milan Cortina Olympic program, but how do you win one of these wild combo races of classic and freestyle? Well, Jessie Diggins served up a master class in Trondheim. Despite nearly getting knocked off her feet in the mid-race ski exchange, Diggins focused on positioning and timing her final sprint, striking at exactly the right moment into the finish. Top spot on the podium marked her 30th career World Cup victory, officially qualifying her for the Winter Games in the process. A celebration well worth marking with the customary blue star on the wax truck ceiling. The World Cup weekend buttoned up with a 10K skate interval start, and again, Diggins delivered. Fresh off her first win of the season, Diggins dug deep throughout, ultimately crossing the line in third. 2 podiums in 2 days and 3 podiums in her last 6 starts. Jessie will continue with the yellow World Cup leader bib as the tour heads next to Switzerland. Staying in Trondheim, but transitioning to Nordic combined, which is a very unique blend of ski jumping and cross country. This stop marked the first time a U.S. athlete has earned a World Cup medal in 5 years in the discipline, and it was thanks to 21-year-old Alexa Brabeck. The Steamboat Springs, Colorado native held her own all the way to third-place finish and a first-ever World Cup podium, an incredible achievement at their first tour stop this season. Now on to aerials in Ruka, Finland, where Olympian Chris Lillis was about to launch himself into podium position as well. Part of the gold medal winning squad from aerials team back in 2022, the Winter Olympic Games there. The 27-year-old from Rochester, New York, is now seeking a second Olympic berth as he arrived at the World Cup season opener. The day was all about learning and improving as Lillis reflected on his jump heading into the rest of the season. He put a back full, double full, full down, saying after that, he just didn't quite execute that jump the way he wanted to. He said moving forward, he hoped to include bigger and better jumps, even promising to throw down more difficult quints as he moves forward into the season. The third place marked a 15th podium of Chris Lillis's career. All right, next up, she's had a significant impact on the sport of freestyle mogul skiing and apparently an impact on awesome dance moves as well. How about this Dallas Cowboys cheerleading routine with teammates Jalen Koff and Casey Hogg? Tess Johnson joins us when we return. The Stifel Snow Show is brought to you by the U.S. Army and 10th Mountain Division, proudly supporting the history of U.S. ski and snowboard. Be all you can be. All right, let's move to moguls now. Also in Ruka, the American women had a strong two-day showing. Olivia Giacchio secured second and third place finishes to highlight her season kickoff. Jalen Koff earned her first podium of the season with a third. And then on the men's side, Nick Page threw down a clean run to finish third, marking the 9th podium of his career. But it was Tess Johnson who stole the show on day one. Her super finals run was replete with unique jumps and clean turns, good enough to earn her first place. The 2018 Olympian took home her last World Cup victory in February in moguls, and 7 years before that, at age 17, in dual moguls, a discipline that will be featured at these upcoming Olympic Games for the first time. Olivia Giacchio joined Johnson on the podium, and with that, we are so pleased to welcome Tess to the show with us here today. Tess, welcome to the Stifel Snow Show.
Thank you so much. I'm happy to be here.
Oh, we are so happy to have you. So I got a lot of questions to ask you. Let's start with that third World Cup win of your career this past weekend. What did it mean for you to return to the top of the podium once again?
It meant everything. It was a pretty emotional win. I went into that super final feeling extremely calm and confident and about as grounded as I've ever felt in the start gate. And it was just surreal to put down probably my best competition run ever when the stakes were the highest.
Yeah, we have been tracking what you have been doing in Finland on the slopes. I also hear there's plenty to do off the slopes. Can you tell us about your visit to Reindeer Farm?
Yeah, we went to feed some reindeer the day after the competition. We did that with our entire women's team. I think our men's team went the next day, and we went with some of our competitors on tour even as well. So that was really fun, and reindeer are a lot crazier than I thought they were.
Who would have known, right? You got to meet them to know that. How exciting is it that dual moguls is being added to the program now in Milan Cortina?
We are so thrilled. I mean, I just can't wait for the world to fall in love with dual moguls. It is, I think, the best spectator sport that ever existed. It's exciting, it's impressive, it's chaotic. Anything can happen. So tactically, we will adjust our jumps to make them lower flying so that we're faster. It's head-to-head excitement, and it's single elimination. So you have to win every single run to move on to the next round.
Sounds like my kind of event. I know it's hours and hours of practice that get you through into the top of the podium, but everyone's got to have some superstitions, some things that they maybe carry with them as they do some of these runs. Is there anything that you have that would qualify, Tess?
Yes,
Okay.
I have a little pouch of charms
Let's
that
go.
I have in my ski jacket at all times. I'll take you through them. There's kind of a lot. Like, I wonder if it's weighing me down when I ski, but I definitely need them. So this first one is a really cool St. Christopher from my boyfriend's mom, and I just keep that with me all the time. I keep this evil eye with me from my mom. We're Greek, so this means a lot to me, and I've had it for years and years. I don't even really know how long. And then this rock is in memory of a dear childhood friend who passed away, Rory Swim. He means a lot to my hometown of Vail, Colorado, so I ski with this. And then finally, I ski with this little charm. It's a skeleton, which I like to kind of say embodies like this mentality of just like attacking and really like giving it my all, giving the other competitors no hope in a sense, like just being really fierce. And I got a nickname when I was younger called the Destroyer. So this little skeleton kind of like embodies that destroyer mentality, the competitor that comes out in me. So yeah, I ski with these all the time. They're in my pocket, and I'd like to think they give me the energy that I need to be my best.
That is so cool. Now, soccer, I know, has always been a big part of your life, playing until your senior year of high school, I believe. Are there any lessons that you learned from soccer, any skills, anything that you think has made you a better skier?
Absolutely. I mean, I think physically I am the athlete I am because I played soccer for so long. I think I have a lot of power, a lot of quickness and agility that I might not have had I wasn't a soccer player. So I am very grateful for that. And I try to play soccer as much as I can. Actually, on tour, there's a lot of World Cup skiers who we juggle a soccer ball whenever we can as a group, and that's really fun.
Born and raised in Vail, learned to ski at 2 years old at Beaver Creek. How did the support of your family, community help you to get to where you are right now?
I wouldn't be where I am if it wasn't for my hometown or my family. I mean, I was primed to be a skier, and I embrace that, and I love that. And Vail is in my roots, and I feel my hometown with me everywhere I go, as well as my parents for teaching me how to ski. They were a ski instructor and a ski patroller when they met. So we're a true skiing family, and I really love that about where I come from.
Well, we have enjoyed watching you compete. It's been such a pleasure having you here with us today, Tess. We're going to get all the updates from all of your competitions here in the near future. Thanks so much for taking the time to talk with us today, Tess.
Thank you so much.
And still to come, we're going to get updates from the Alpine skiing teams when we come back right here on the Stifel Snow Show. Beaver Creek, Colorado now, and to Ryan Cochran-Siegle, who has become a notable force on the men's Alpine speed circuit, continuing to add to his family's medal haul. RCS got his start in the sport at his family's famous Cochran ski area in Vermont, and mom, Barbara Ann Cochran, won gold in slalom at the 1972 Winter Games. Dan Hicks and Steve Perino were on the call at the Stifel Birds of Prey.
Ryan Cochran-Siegle, a very analytical skier. However, sometimes he just doesn't turn up the heat enough on his intensity, and he knows that. He's off to a good start across the flat.
It's been a minute since an American man won a downhill race here at Beaver Creek. You got to go all the way back to Bodie Miller 14 years ago.
This is where you can make the difference. In this particular turn, they get light, and then the timing there needs to be precise.
RCS is just the fourth skier down trying to take over the lead. And he has. RCS, he has taken over the lead by about 4/10.
That is awesome.
Now, RCS's second place marked the first American podium in downhill at Beaver Creek since 2014. Let's get a recap with Dan and Ted Liggett.
Racing at the Birds of Prey never disappoints, Ted, and that's what we saw here. Let's start with the first men's downhill of the World Cup season. Marco Odermatt of Switzerland won it, but it was another good sign for American Ryan Cochran-Siegle, who's been trending lately.
Ryan had an amazing downhill run. Getting second there was an amazing result for him. But so far this season, he's basically had 100% podium skiing outside of 2 turns. He just missed a turn in Copper and missed the podium. And then once again here in the Super G, just a small mistake, but fast everywhere else. So that should give Ryan a ton of confidence going forward.
That bodes well for a skier who already knows all about Olympic pressure. He was the silver medalist at the Olympics in the Super G. Then you talk the men's giant slalom race, and the top American finisher was River Radamus, who really had a nice second run to get 6th.
Wow, River really showed what he can do on skis. At the bottom of his second run, he was by far the fastest of the field. He should take a ton of confidence from this, because this hill is actually very, very similar to the Bormio Olympic hill. And normally, I wouldn't have thought River would be good on this type of a hill, but really, he showed me wrong.
And then there is Odermatt, who we mentioned won the downhill. Then he gets to the giant slalom. He had the best first run here on the Birds of Prey. But it's not an easy course, and it was a little bit of a fight for Odermatt to pick up World Cup victory number 49.
This was Odermatt's, one of his tougher giant slalom wins, but he is unbelievable. I mean, he is a power hitter. He is like Otani, but he's batting 1,000 basically. I mean, it's just amazing watching his skiing, superhuman timing. And man, he is going to be so tough to beat going forward, and especially in the Olympics. I mean, that Bormio hill lines up so well for him.
You don't want to get lost in hyperbole here, Ted, but he could be the gold medal favorite in as many as 4 disciplines in Italy. That's not going over the top too much by the way he skied.
We haven't seen anybody like him since Hermann Maier. To be able to dominate in downhill, Super G, and giant slalom, it is just out of this world.
So Ted, looking forward to it. Another Olympics, this time in Italy, with a lot of stars on the horizon.
All right, thank you, guys. Now, let's head to Canada's Mont Tremblant, where Michaela Schifrin took a step in the right direction for giant slalom just over a year after her crash in the discipline in Killington. But time is truly a healer. With the yellow leader bib to signify her overall standing, the Colorado native skied with force down the various sections of the course, Schifrin revealing after that working on top GS speed again was so exciting. It appears her focus preseason training is paying dividends now. A very motivated fourth cemented her top 15 start position moving forward. Now, Schifrin's teammate Paula Moltzen, coming off a crash in her GS at Copper Mountain, took 6th, an effort that is bolstered by the tireless work that takes place behind the Alpine skiing scenes. Let's take you now inside the wax room. Our Peekaboo Street met up with ski technician and Moltzen's husband, Ryan Mooney, for our Stifel Spotlight.
The ski room where the magic happens. Hey, I'm making a comeback. Can you tune these bad boys up for me? You've been doing Paula's skis for how long?
On the World Cup here, like seventh year doing that. And then a few years before that, we were in college together too. About 10 years now.
What is like the new Fandango thing that everybody's using?
Probably the Edge tuning machine.
It's pretty fancy.
Pretty fancy
Yeah.
Italian machine.
They definitely didn't have those when I was racing.
No, this sits on the ski and this ceramic stone here spins and grinds.
Can I
the
touch
edge.
it?
Yeah, sure, it's super fine.
Oh,
Really-
yeah, it is.
Yeah, really super smooth. This would just sit right on the ski here
Okay.
and then grind the edge as you're going through.
In my day, you used to have a file,
Exactly.
and you would, have the ski would be up on the edge, and you would be filing one
Totally.
side.
Yeah.
Is everyone on World Cup at the top? They're all using this.
No,
No.
no. Some of your favorite racers are still using a file. A lot
That's-
of more than you would think.
I'm not so much of a dinosaur.
No, no.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 diamond
Yeah.
stones.
Yeah.
Those are called, right?
Yeah.
And you use these
Pretty
on the
well.
edge of the ski
Yeah, you can use
to
them.
like buff out a burr.
Yeah.
Like if
Yeah,
if
they're
you've hit a
more-
little rock,
yeah,
there's
yeah,
a little nick in
exactly.
there.
A little more aggressive. If it comes back in, like the first thing, just kind of feel if you hit any rocks or anything. And if the edge is really sharp and it's smooth, you won't cut yourself. It's like a super sharp kitchen knife. You can rub your finger right on it, and if you hit rocks,
That's a
then,
burr right there, right?
then you'll
That's a
kind
little
of
nicky
yeah,
thingy.
and you'll sort of feel them.
Okay.
We need to take those away. For Paula and I, that's our thing. Make sure that the edges are just perfect the whole entire time.
Well, the anticipation of 2026 Milan Cortina is palpable. Let's take a look at some of the athletes who have already qualified for the Olympics in today's Fast Facts, powered by iFit. The big headline being Jessie Diggins now joining the running list of amazing athletes headed to Italy. It has us looking towards the opening ceremony, which is now less than 2 months away. Now to 2022 Olympian Bella Wright, who knows a thing or two about pushing limits. Wright has battled injuries throughout her career, but continues to come back stronger each time. The Alpine skier from Salt Lake City, Utah, paired up with Sergeant Rylan Kerr of the U.S. Army's 10th Mountain Division to take that drive a step further.
The 10th Mountain Division and the U.S. ski and snowboard team were both born in the cold, where the air cuts thin and the ground is never steady.
Every time I face the cold, I learn something new about myself. But sometimes it takes someone else to show you how far you can push your limits.
You already know how to push your body. Now we'll teach you how to adapt to anything.
You want to try a little thin air training with the VO2 masks?
Yeah, let's do it.
Pressure like this teaches you how to breathe when everything in you wants to quit.
95% is physical. The last 5, that's mental. And that 5 decides everything. Because you can't control conditions.
Only yourself.
Yeah, uncommon strength from some extraordinary women. Now, on the topic of extraordinary women, let's turn now to para-alpine skier Allie Johnson. The 2022 Paralympian started skiing at the age of 4, dreaming big along the way. She sat down to share a favorite mantra with us and talk power, positivity, and fulfilling some other amazing dreams off the slopes.
I'm Allie Johnson. I'm from Western Springs, Illinois, and I'm on the Stifel U.S. Para-Ski team. My mantra is ski like a girl. Women are so much more powerful than we get credit for. Throwing like a girl, running like a girl, skiing like a girl, that's a really positive thing. I ski like a girl and I still ski fast. Me and my fiance, Marcus, when I started ski racing, his roommate was actually my coach at the time, so I met him through my coach, Brian. After we started dating, he decided he wanted to do some coaching, so he started working at the National Sports Center for the Disabled, my development program, and he got to be more on the slopes. And last year at Nationals, I finished up one of my slalom races and was told in the finish corral, the jury has a question to ask you, and I assumed it was like he was coming to tell me I was disqualified from the race. And he came down and met me in the finish and got down on one knee in front of all my friends and family and teammates, asked me to marry him, and I said yes. I went to Kleinfeld's and said yes to the dress, picked out a wedding dress. We're waiting till after Cortina, after the Paralympics, so it'll be a heck of an after party.
Oh, how cool is that? So we go from the happy couple to what's ahead this weekend. The Visa Snowboard and Freeski Big Air World Cup from Steamboat Springs, Colorado airs Saturday on CNBC and Sunday on NBC. And we'll see you back here next week for another action-packed Stifel Snow Show on NBCSN and CNBC. Don't forget, you can also find us on Peacock and streaming on YouTube as well. That's it for this week's edition. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Ahmed Fareed. We'll see you next time with more from the slopes.